This week's writing for week 2, 11th January 2021. Our LO is to write a descriptive piece of writing. We're going to do that all the way through. Our LO for today is deconstruct a description. So imagine you're Charlie walking past the Wonka factory every day. What would you see, hear, or smell? Now I want you to read the description on the waggle sheet. This is what a good description of this might look like. You have to find and underline, highlight, or color the things in your text deconstruct checklist. So here we go. Here's the text. You can read your version with me. From the outside, the factory looked huge. In fact, it looked immense. Charlie could see that there were a very large number of very large and interesting buildings all gathered together in one place. What struck him was how deserted it all felt. Charlie cautiously approached the factory gates. There were tall iron railings all around the outside of the factory, making it impossible to get in. Above the gates, which were tightly closed, were huge faded metal letters which went together to make the name Wonka Industries. They were rusty, and Charlie wondered if they were quite safe. It was then he noticed a simple padlock that held the gates locked against the world. Unlike the metal letters, this was clean, made of grey metal, and looked like it had recently been oiled. Charlie peered further in. Immediately behind the gates was a simple gravel path leading to the door of what was obviously the main entrance to the factory. The door itself was a simple red door made of wood. The building it led into was tall and made of brick. Charlie guessed it might be the offices for the factory. On either side and behind the brick building, Charlie could make out large grey buildings with high glass windows in them. These were small and obviously designed so no one could see in. On top of these buildings were tall, towering chimneys. These were made of the same grey bricks and concrete as the other buildings and were of many different sizes. White smoke drifted upwards from them. From inside, Charlie could hear low hisses of steam escaping and the occasional clank of machinery. Of course, he could smell that old familiar sweet odour of delicious chocolate coming from inside. Slowly, picking up his bag, Charlie trudged home. Now, you have to use your checklist on this text and find the different bits. Okay, good luck. Don't forget, this is what on the checklist is. Non-negotiables, full stops, capital letters, commas, question marks. Are there any question marks? Joined handwriting. Good adjectives. Noun phrases that add description. Prepositions. Use of all the senses: hear, touch, see, smell. Now there's a marked up version for you to use to help when you've done it, obviously. But I'm interested to know, did you find anything different in your examples from the ones on the sheet? Okay, good luck again. I look forward to seeing what you've done.